She's out.
My son dreamt of a better world. That's why he saved me. A hero.
I just got goosebumps.
Come with us. There's a glorious world out there, waiting for you.
Welcome back, everyone. This will be my Black Adam trailer video. We totally smell what The Rock is cooking. There's a whole bunch of Easter eggs here. They also changed up what's happening with DC movies this year. I'll explain what's going on with that, what the release schedule is during the video, too. If you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. When we get a little bit closer, I will do a ticket giveaway for the actual movie. They wound up delaying all the DC movies by a couple months and switching around some of the later ones because they finished filming Aquaman 2 really late in the timeline and they weren't going to have enough time to finish special effects, so they needed like an extra couple months for that. So instead of swapping some of the other movies, they just delayed everything by a couple months to give everybody a couple extra months to do special effects, and they bumped up Shazam 2. So we're actually getting Shazam 2 at the end of the year. I think it actually makes more sense to have the Black Adam movie and the Shazam 2 movie really close together because even though they're not going to be a ton of crossover between those two movies, like they had to set up Black Adam for the first time in that first Black Adam movie, and then the plot of Shazam 2, Fury of the Gods, is all about them fighting a version of the gods' family where they get some of their powers from. Like the Shazam acronym is a bunch of the gods that they draw their power from. They're fighting the family of one of those gods, Atlas. We'll probably get some sort of post-credit scene in either Black Adam or in Shazam 2 that will tease their big crossover with Shazam versus Black Adam, and that'll happen in like the next movies after these two movies. Don't worry, you're gonna get to see Black Adam pound the Shazamly something fierce. Naturally, you see Black Adam's powers, and they're meant to look very similar to Shazam's powers because they all draw their power from the same place. Even the Shazam characters got costume upgrades to make their costume look closer to Black Adam's costume. Like they all got upgrades all around. But obviously they want all their costumes, Black Adam and the Shazamly costumes, to look similar because all their powers come from the same place. The only real difference between Black Adam and the other Shazam characters is Black Adam doesn't share his ability the way that the Shazam character shares his ability with the rest of the Shazamly. That's why in a one-on-one fight, Black Adam can totally beat the crap out of Shazam. It's when the entire Shazamly fights Black Adam, that's when he's in trouble. If he fought them all one at a time, it'd be like that funny video, the person going around slapping everyone one at a time.
Larry, what the hell are you doing?
Larry!
Larry, you can't just... Oh,
Larry! Oh, are you all right? How did you...
Larry!
The whole thing in the Black Adam movie, obviously, is just establishing the Justice League inside the DCEU, establishing who Black Adam is, because he's usually portrayed as an anti-hero. Like, he's kind of a villain, but he also helps the heroes at times. And the reason why they're going with the Justice Society instead of the traditional Justice League is because most of the time in the comics, Black Adam has been associated more with the Justice Society characters. Also, they're trying to introduce as many new groups inside the DCEU as possible, and this is meant to be connected to the traditional DCEU, the Justice League line of movies. I know there's always question about what's continuity, what's not continuity, what's going on with the multiverse, because in the Flash movie, everything is supposed to become canon through the multiverse, the same way that they just did in Doctor Strange 2.
I could do this all day.
I understood that reference.
I know you're all asking who the actual villain is in the Black Adam movie because we don't really see him that much. They kind of hint at what's going on with the villain. Because they want somebody to come off as Black Adam, you have to have somebody who's even worse. Supposedly, the villain in the film is going to be the Sabbac character, who's a demon in the comics, and the way they're playing him in the character is that it's actually going to be like a human avatar who has very Shazam-similar powers, only they come from a demon instead of the way that the Shazam characters in Black Adam get their powers from gods. In the trailer footage where you see this floating crown inside a tomb, that's meant to be the crown of Sabbac. It's supposed to hold some special power that the villain is trying to obtain that will help turn him into this crazy OP big bad that the rest of the Justice League, even Black Adam, will have trouble fighting. And his forces are essentially just destroying the entire region around Kahndaq, and that's why Black Adam wants to kill him and get rid of him. Which is a very comic book thing, Black Adam basically getting rid of the current leadership in Kahndaq and then taking over rulership himself. Which is why you don't see him interacting with a lot of Justice League characters, because he spends most of his time ruling over his country of Kahndaq. You see a bunch of footage of Hawkman in his Thanagarian nth metal armor and some of his abilities. All these interiors of the ship here with all this technology, that's all meant to be Thanagarian technology. The younger characters are meant to be Cyclone and Atom Smasher. I think Atom Smasher is going to be like one of the subsequent versions of the character because his costume looks very old-timey, like it's old tech that he just picks up and uses. Supposedly because they're very long-lived, Hawkman and Dr. Fate used to be on this old version of the Justice Society. Something really went off the rails with their team, a bunch of them died. They're the only survivors in present day, and then the newer members come onto the team and they sort of reform this new version. So I believe this part of the trailer where they're sitting in the chair and they're talking about how cool this is all going to be, everything is so weird, that's inside the Justice Society's mansion. There'll probably be a bunch of Easter eggs for that old version of the team if they don't have a ton of flashbacks. Like all these artifacts inside the Justice Society's mansion. They do kind of have a version of the Justice Society on the Stargirl TV show, and they kind of tease the similar thing too, where they go to this old mansion that used to be the Justice Society's headquarters, and they have all these old artifacts of former team members. And you have this whole idea with Hawkman and Dr. Fate trying to get Black Adam's help, because it looks like Sarah Shahi's character, who's going to be playing a version of his love interest from the comics. You all know who I'm talking about. YouTube has a weird thing about saying her name because they completely confuse it with the big terrorist group. But that's who she's playing. She's the person who frees Black Adam inside this tomb. It's the prison that the wizard Shazam trapped him in 5,000 plus years ago when he went off the rails. You get a little bit of his backstory, like they kind of explain why it is that he went so crazy. And I think in service of portraying him as more of an anti-hero, the way they'll explain it in this movie is that you didn't get the whole story. Like the wizard Shazam told the story about how they chose wrongly and he freed the 7 deadly sins and all these people wound up dying. The way they explain it in some of the other trailers that they've released is that in the past, Black Adam was born into slavery, and it looks like they wind up killing his family in front of his eyes, and that sort of drives him mad. However they explain it in this movie, he winds up gaining the powers of Shazam. There's a bit of trickery in the way that he gains the powers in the comics, like he kind of steals the powers of Shazam, but he sees his family die, he wants revenge, and he sees all this terrible stuff happening, so he wants to get rid of all these people, and it sounds like the 7 deadly sins take advantage of that and convince him to free them, and they're the ones that wind up killing everybody. And Black Adam doesn't really care that much about the collateral damage, like he's just happy to kill the people who he thought were responsible for the death of his family. And I believe during the movie version, what they're going to say is that it's the 7 deadly sins who wound up killing the Council of Wizards who were ruling in the Rock of Eternity, except for the wizard Shazam, like he survived and then trapped Black Adam to prevent something like that from happening again. But all the Indiana Jones stuff that you see going on in the characters, the reason why they would be looking around all these ancient tombs in this area is because they are looking for the crown of Sabbac. They're not specifically looking for Black Adam himself. He just also happens to be nearby. And tying this to Black Adam vs. Superman, because The Rock has been trying to do a Black Adam vs. Superman project for so long, it just sounds like there's so much going on in this movie, I don't expect a ton of Superman in it. For those of you wanting Henry Cavill to come back as Superman, this is like the best shot for it. The Rock has so much power relative to the Black Adam character that he can tell Warner Brothers, hey, I want to use Henry Cavill's Superman. So with all the craziness with the big Warner Brothers buyout, the big merger that just happened, and the new leadership, like a bunch of people up at the top of Warner Brothers got fired. They're bringing in a new Kevin Feige type of figure to lead DC, all of DC's brands, not just the movies, but all the comic books, the toys, everything. There's so much upheaval. This is like the best shot for Henry Cavill actually coming back as Superman. He has a way better shot now than he did last year. Apparently, the new CEO of the company is a huge Superman stan and wants to make a much bigger deal of the character than they've done in the past couple of years. He's kind of been languishing in the movie universe recently. So hopefully we'll hear something about a brand new Superman movie happening really soon. But what's going to happen is we're going to get a brand new trailer later this week, and it'll be completely different footage. Of course, I'll do a new video for it. What'll probably happen, because they're going to drop it on Wednesday, and there'll be a couple other big episode videos that I'll be doing. I'll probably put out my Black Adam trailer video first, then I'll do my Obi-Wan Kenobi episode 4 video, and then my Miss Marvel video will post after that, because there's a running Marvel series that'll run with Obi-Wan Kenobi on Wednesdays. So just this Wednesday is going to be crazy, so make sure you have alerts enabled for my channel so you don't miss any of those videos. I'll probably wind up having to wait till Thursday to release that Marvel episode video. If you have any questions about the character or anything that I didn't cover in this video, just let me know in the comments and I'll try to add it to my Wednesday trailer video. Everyone click here for the new Flash movie trailer video, and click here for my Obi-Wan Kenobi Episode 4 trailer video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.